Hi, and welcome to Body Metrix, the show that teaches you practical ways to incorporate healthy nutrition principles into your busy lifestyle. My name is Adrienne Delgado, and I'm a registered dietitian working here in the Springford community. In today's episode, we're going to mix things up a bit. Rather than our standard nutrition and cooking tips, I wanted to interview people right here in our community who are embracing a healthy lifestyle and can help give insight on how to stay motivated and on track with their health goals. Today, I'm super excited to be at Torque Spin Studio in Royersford with owner Summer Fatzinger. Summer, thank you so much for being with me here today.
Thank you.
All right, before we get into the meat of the interview, I thought it would be fun if we just play a quick game to get to know you a little bit better.
Okay.
All right, so
Sure.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions, well, actually two, and you're going to pick from either one of those questions and whatever pops into your mind so we can get to know you better.
Okay.
All right, ready? So, number one, smooth or crunchy peanut butter?
Smooth.
All right, extrovert or introvert?
Extrovert.
Yogurt or cottage cheese?
Neither.
Okay. Morning workout or evening workout?
Both.
All right. Herbivore or carnivore?
Carnivore for sure.
Dog or cat?
Dog.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
All right.
These
Play
are
it
easy.
Yeah,
I like
play it safe or risk it all.
Ooh, a little bit in the middle.
Got it. All right. Now that we know a little bit about yourself, what can you tell the viewers a little bit more, other than that you don't like cottage cheese or yogurt?
I am a mom to two beautiful children, and I am very passionate about my studio and my community, and I love working out, and I love what it does for people and what it does for me and my family and my friends, and that's pretty much it. I have two little
Excellent.
doggies too.
All right. So walk me through, what does a typical day look like for you?
So the first thing I do when I wake up is immediately check my phone to see if anybody's calling from the studio or if there's any emails or any messages, or just to check like social media posts to see if there's anything I need to follow up on immediately. All communications for the studio come right to me, so if you call the studio, if you email the studio, if you do any kind of social media, it'll all come directly to me, so I immediately want to just make sure that nobody needs anything right away.
Okay.
And then normally is immediately followed by one of my children running in and crawling into bed with me and saying good morning and giving me snuggles. And then I get up, brush my teeth, get my makeup on, take my dogs out, feed my kids breakfast, get them off to school, and then I usually come right to the studio and teach a class. And then after that, for the next probably 3 or 4 hours, I'll get some work done, just figuring out, making sure that everything's in line with the studio, that we have everything that we need, that no clients need anything from me. And then I'll get the kids from school, get them their homework done, take them to all of their activities, come back to the studio, teach a class, get the kids from their activities, get them ready for bed, do some more work, and go to bed.
And then do it all again the next
And
day.
then do it all again. Yes.
What inspired you to get into this type of business?
So I was a client at a studio, just like many people are, and the owner of one of the local studios asked me if I wanted to teach, and I started teaching and fell in love with it and wanted to then build something that was going to build a big community within our fitness community. And just for me, having a studio isn't just about working out, it's about creating a community and a safe place for people to go to kind of like escape everything that they have going on in life and be able to like get the endorphins going and sweat and just be able to just get away from it all and do something good for themselves.
Who is your ideal client? Who are you trying to attract?
Ooh, there's not really an ideal client. We have clients from as young as, I think our youngest client is actually 8 years old. All the way up to, my dad comes a lot, and he is going to be 70.
Wow.
In just a few weeks. So we have all age ranges. There's really something for everybody, from our bar classes to our TRX classes to our spin classes. There's not really like an ideal client that we have.
Okay.
Everyone can find something that they can get out of the studio.
Okay. All right. What does exercise specifically do for you and your body?
So for me, exercise is more importantly about a mental shift and keeping my mind in the right place. The physical components, as far as staying fit and being skinny are secondary to me, because I feel like if I'm in a good place mentally, then I'm able to control the other things. Obviously, when you come here, you're going to sweat, you're going to burn calories, you're going to do all of those things. But for me, it's mostly just, I want people to, myself included, to feel better when they leave than when they came in.
Right. I mean, I feel like so much when I tell people about exercise, I tell them I do it for my sanity,
Absolutely.
for my stress management.
Yep.
First and foremost, the physical effects are a nice benefit,
Yep.
but that's not why I'm primarily working out.
Absolutely. The physical
Okay.
benefits come along with it if you're able to get the mental benefits out of it as well.
Okay. But in all fairness, a lot of my clients, they are looking to see results.
Of course,
right?
yes.
That's everyone wants to see results. What are your thoughts on how long a person has to work out, or like duration, or whether you're talking about in the class specifically, like at a certain time, or months? Like, how long do you think it takes somebody to start seeing those physical results?
So I think staying consistently at like a 3 to 4 day workout routine for about a month would show some results.
Okay.
And the classes here, you will absolutely see results with definition and also with losing weight. They are geared for all fitness levels, but we gear, so that people that are just beginning are able to take modifications from what some of the more advanced clients are doing. But everybody can really get something out of it as long as you're doing it like 3 to 4 times a week. I would say that would be the best way possible to see results.
Okay. And are your classes half hours, like what?
So our
when
classes,
you're saying 3 to 4 days.
So our classes are typically 45 minutes, but some of the classes are an hour.
Okay. All right.
And there's a 5-minute cool down in each class. So you're working between 40 minutes and 55 minutes a class.
Okay. All right. Now, in the beginning, I asked you morning or evening exercise, and you said both.
Yes.
So expand on that a little bit.
So I feel like when you work out in the morning versus working out at the nighttime, it is a completely different experience.
Okay.
When you're working out in the morning, it's really to get your day started and to get the endorphins going and just to get your metabolism going. At nighttime, when you work out, I feel like it's really just to kind of like decompress from the day and just get rid of any extra energy that you're holding on to and burn as many calories as you can at the end of the day. So there's really like benefits to morning and to the nighttime workouts, which I like both.
Okay.
So.
All right. We have so many things in our lives competing for attention. We have work, we've got kids, we got volunteer schedules, we have social lives. How do you motivate others to make exercise a priority in their day?
So I think for a lot of people that come into the studio, exercising here is almost like having your cup of coffee in the morning. It's just something that you do every day almost. A lot of people do come every day because it makes them feel good. They sweat, they burn calories, they release the endorphins, they get the energy from the other people that are walking in and out of the studio, and it just makes them feel better. So even if we have people coming in that have had a really, really awful day, they always leave feeling better. I talked about how my dad comes here before. He's going to be 70 in a couple weeks. He actually has cancer and has been going through chemo for the majority of the past year and a half. And even on days where he doesn't even want to get out of bed, he still comes. He walks in, he feels miserable, and he walks out feeling a million times better.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but
it sounds like he's doing okay. Yeah,
all right.
He's doing okay. But it makes people feel better. So if you can help people understand that exercising is going to make them feel better, then they'll want to come regardless of how tough of a day they had or how many, hours of sleep they had the night before. They'll want to come because they're going to know that they feel better when they leave, regardless of what they feel like when they come in the door.
Right. That's great. Why do you think people stop exercising?
I think life happens. We get busy. There's work, there's kids, there's a million other things in between, and it just kind of gets pushed under the radar. And we oftentimes put ourselves second or third or fourth or last on the list of priorities. And if you do that, then it's very easy to get lost in your routine. So you always have to keep yourself at the top of the list, because if you take care of yourself, fill up the gas tank, you're able to keep running and keep everybody else going.
Right. Yeah. I know as we age, injuries become a reality. I know for me, most of my clients stop exercising because of bad knees or plantar fasciitis, shoulder injuries. What do you suggest our viewers do to prevent injuries from occurring, or how do they still build exercise into their routine with an injury?
Well, there's always modifications that you can do for almost every exercise. So depending on what the injury is, there are modifications that can be done so that you can still stay active and stay fit, but not hurt yourself further. Biggest thing is listening to your body. So if you feel something just doesn't feel right, take a break, take a pause, stretch, and then if you feel up for it, get back into it. But sometimes you do just need to wait until the next day or a couple weeks to let your body heal and then get back into it and not push the limits too much.
Right.
Because when you push it,
and then push and then end up creating more of an injury that's going to take longer.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. So I have patients across the board. Some are consistently exercising. Some are kind of dipping their toe in the water and trying to figure out what exercise is right for them. Some of them, exercise isn't even on their radar at all. What advice would you give to somebody who is thinking about starting an exercise program?
Anybody who's thinking about it but not sure if they want to do it, I think the biggest thing is what is holding you back, and oftentimes that's just kind of like the fear of, what if I fail? What if I can't keep up? What if I'm not strong enough? And the reality is that you have to start somewhere. And I know specifically at my studio, we have people that haven't exercised in years that come in and enjoy themselves and get the benefits out of it. And we have people that, have been working out every day for the past 10 years. So I think you just have to understand that it's okay to not know what's gonna happen and what to expect, and to be a little bit nervous, or maybe to just not feel extra motivated to start out, but just knowing that eventually you will get into a routine and it will become something that feels good for you and make your day better and make everything, it makes everything better. It makes the way that you feel. It makes everybody around you feel better because you're happier. Right. It makes everything better. So as long as you keep that in mind, then I feel like that's really what people need to stay motivated and get motivated to get there in the first place.
Okay. All right. So let's switch gears a little bit and talk about nutrition, because that's more of my area of expertise. Do you follow any diets specifically?
So I try to eat a lot of protein and not a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of green vegetables. I am human as well, so I don't always follow the guidelines, but high protein, a lot of vegetables, and low carbs are where I try and kind of gauge my diet.
Okay. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had hard-boiled eggs and jalapenos mixed together. Interesting combination.
Interesting combination. All right. Well, what is your favorite food?
My favorite food is sushi.
Okay.
I love like a raw tuna and avocado mixed together.
Nice. All right. What does your pre and post-workout routine look like?
My pre-workout routine, I normally try and grab just like a few bites of something. I do normally drink like a pre-workout drink.
Okay.
And then my post-workout routine, I try and eat within like half an hour of when I'm done working out, something with a lot of protein.
Okay.
To help build muscle.
All right. So you may have heard the motto, you can't out-train a poor diet.
That is 100% correct.
Right. Do you find that to be true for some of your clients? And what recommendations do you make?
Absolutely. I mean, 90% of what happens to your body is what you put in your body. And then the rest is, what happens when you work out in the physical exercise. So that is a huge component. And what you eat not only determines how you look, it also determines how you feel and everything in between. So it is very important to have a healthy, nutritious diet that is well balanced.
All right. So the one thing I tell my clients is, the one thing I know for sure is motivation will come and it will go, right? It's really hard to stay completely motivated all the time. So where do you find your motivation to keep moving forward and to embody this healthy lifestyle?
So for me, as owner of the studio, I feel like my clients depend on me to show up personally. Whether I'm having a really good day and I feel extra motivated, or if I'm having a really bad day and I just am not very motivated. So I know that they are depending on me to come in and give them my best. So I do that. As far as what I tell my clients to stay motivated is just half of the battle is walking in the door. Once you're here, we will make sure that you will have a good experience and you'll feel good when you leave. But it's just actually getting here. So just get here and we'll take care of the rest.
Okay. Yes, because, we all have those days where kids are screaming, work was hard, we're overscheduled. So trying to fit a workout in sometimes just seems over the top, right? Like
Yes.
it's just one more thing that we can't do. How do you find the will to work out when motivation just isn't there? Like you said, you just got to tell them to put their shoes on. But how do you get that person to flip that switch and to say, all right, today I'm just going to take that first step?
You have to get into the right mindset of that's just something that you're not going to compromise on. That you need to understand that it's going to make everything better. It's going to make you feel better. It's going to make you feel more able to take on all of those other things that you have to take care of. It's going to make you have a clearer mind. It's going to make you feel better. It's going to make you sleep better. It's going to make you want to eat better, which is going to make you feel better. So it's really just something that you have to look at as this is just a part of my day that I do. And it's not a maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't do it. It's just something that you do, just like breathing and eating and sleeping.
Okay. All right. Do you have any last words of wisdom or anything motivating for maybe our clients or our patients that are watching, just to help them take that next step?
I think the biggest thing is just instead of saying I'm going to start tomorrow or I'm going to start next week, just do it. Just take that change and make a difference, and you'll notice that as soon as you start, you'll instantly feel better and you'll feel more proud of yourself and your accomplishments. And it really does help so many things if you are able to eat healthy and exercise. So instead of waiting until the perfect moment, just make that moment now, and it will make everything else better at the end of the day.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
You.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode and, got some good take-home information to take with you and start to implement into your day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.